How can you set class attributes from variable arguments, Kwargs, in Python? Suppose I have a class with a constructor, or other function, that takes a variable number of arguments and then sets them as class attributes conditionally. I could set them manually, but it seems that variable parameters are common enough in Python that there should be a common idiom for doing this. But I'm not sure how to do this dynamically. I have an example using eval, but that's hardly safe. I want to know the proper way to do this, maybe with lambda?
You could update the _dict_ attribute, which represents the instance attributes in the form of a dictionary, with the keyword arguments. Then you can. And with something like you could filter the keys beforehand, use iteritems instead of items if you're still using Python 2.x.
You can use the setItr method. There is an analogous getItr method for retrieving attributes.
Most answers here do not cover a good way to initialize all allowed attributes to just one default value. So, to add to the answers given by FQXP and at MMJ,
I propose a variation of FQXP's answer, which, in addition to allowed attributes, lets you set default values for attributes. This is Python 3. X code. For Python 2. X you need at least one adjustment, iteritems in place of items. Very late follow-up. I recently rewrote the above code as a class decorator, so that hard coding of attributes is reduced to a minimum. In some way it resembles some features of the @data class decorator, which is what you might want to use instead. Yet another variant based on the excellent answers by MMJ and FQXP. What if we want to avoid hard coding a list of allowed attributes, directly and explicitly set default values for each attributes in the constructor, restrict Kwargs to predefined attributes by either silently rejecting invalid arguments or, alternatively, raising an error. By directly, I mean avoiding an extraneous default _attributes dictionary. Not a major breakthrough, but maybe useful to someone. Edit. If our class uses property decorators to encapsulate protected attributes with getters and setters, and if we want to be able to set these properties with our constructor, we may want to expand the allowed _keys list with values from dear self, as follows. The above code excludes any hidden variable from dir, exclusion based on presence of underscore, and any method from dir whose name is not found in the end of an attribute name, protected or otherwise, from _dict_.keys, thereby likely keeping only at property decorated methods. This edit is likely only valid for Python 3 and above.